effect on your group. Question: would you comment on the prevalence of cancer? I have so many friends who have died of cancer, and there seems to be no cure that we know of so far. Why so much cancer? I'm Latween. I'm aware of your query, my sister. The cycle of evolution which is now ending upon your planet shall be finished, shall we say, by those entities which have the greatest chance of graduating from this cycle into the next. These entities now incarnate and have been incarnating upon your planet for some time. Such entities before incarnation realize that there is a certain distance, shall we say, that must be traveled, certain lessons that must be learned before the graduation may be achieved. Therefore, these entities are most likely to program great opportunities for learning into their incarnations. These opportunities serve as catalysts for growth in a great variety of areas. At this time upon your planet, there are catalysts of great intensity being provided by such entities for the learning of the lessons needed for graduation. One of these catalysts, as those who have read further in what you term the raw material have discovered, is that catalyst known as cancer. Cancerous growth is usually a result of an entity's inability to balance the emotion which you call anger with the emotion that you call love. Those entities who feel the anger, the frustration, the heat of the emotion of separation for any other entity or for the self, or even a situation, are providing themselves with a catalyst known as cancer. If the entity is unable to accept, forgive, and love that entity or situation from which the anger was first felt, the anger is like the cells within the body, which begins in one location. Fed by the great reservoir of energy known as anger, the cells begin to grow and spread, nourished by the heat of the anger. And when this anger then is not balanced with love, the cancerous condition does begin to consume the entity which first began the generation of anger. For each entity upon your planet is every other entity, and when anger is felt toward any, it is reflected to the self, and this reflection of the heat of anger does begin to consume the entity which began it. The simple cure, as you would call it, for the catalyst known as cancer then, is the acceptance, the forgiveness, the loving of that which first felt the anger. Question: let go of your anger that builds up in these situations, because it's creative and it can cause cancer, as we learn from this. It's the distortion of anger that causes this. That's the catalyst that's there. So you're constantly learning this unifying message that all around you is you, the creator. So stay on your path in learning